Hey y'all, it's the Slav. Welcome to southwestern France, February 27th, 1814. I am continuing my endeavors into gorgeous grand tactical wargaming systems that have been neglected on my shelves for all these years. So I'm diving into the La Bataille series from Clash of Arms. This is Scenario 1 from La Bataille d'Orthez. This is an excellent learning scenario. It's basically just 10 turns of pretty much infantry on infantry action. We have a British division-sized force under General Cole, I believe it is, who is, let me verify that. Yep, General Cole. And he is going to be running into the French 4th Division under General Turpin as part of Ray's right wing of the French Army of the Pyrenees. So this is, as I said, pretty much a simple action. The objective for the British is to capture the village of Saint-Beuve, and also, if they can, take hold of this church, and they win, I guess, what you could call a smashing victory if they can manage to take the village of Plassat as well. As I said, it's a 10-turn scenario. French, all the forces that you see for the French, that's all they're going to get for this battle. British start off with one brigade coming onto the map with General Cole leading it, and there will be about 3 turns worth of reinforcements coming on. Pretty much the other brigades of Cole's division. Maybe there's some army assets as well. I do believe the British will get a couple of cavalry regiments as well. So we really just have pretty much infantry on the board. The French do have 2 artillery batteries, which I have limbered up. You can look at the post I made on the channel a couple weeks ago where I showed the initial setup of Ortez before I actually got down and read the rules. So you'll see the way these forces started out. I've got the French artillery limbered up here, and the French have this one core asset cavalry regiment here. Not really going to do anything with them yet. What I have done is, obviously, I got that 1st Brigade of Cole's division onto the board. I've deployed them into line. I wanted to try to get that church on the very first turn. Didn't really see any way to do it without leaving a unit exposed. French also tried to get up and take it. Same situation. Maybe missing something here, obviously, but trying to figure out the movement rates, formation change costs. Pretty much got stuck with this situation here. So the church is kind of in the no man's land in the middle, and we'll see what happens as far as the action around it. See if either side can move in to take it. French have 2 light battalions deployed here in front. I have left them in line. I thought I could take shots at the British here, but I neglected to remember the fact that to fire at a range of 2, light units must be deployed into skirmish formation. So these are in line straight across this ridge, blocking this road. So they were not able to fire. So the first turn was basically just movement. If you look at these counters, you'll see the similarities, obviously, with the Battles from the Age of Reason series. Very attractive counters, rather ornate, cued in again sort of to the uniforms that their respective troops are wearing, which sometimes can make it a little difficult to identify friend from foe, certainly once units have gotten mixed in with each other from each force. And you have all of your leaders here. I have not flipped the leaders over yet. I forgot to do that at the end of the first turn. They would be flipped over to show, just like in BAR where they're finished, you flip them over. Same general concept in La Bataille. So you can see Ray there is the French wing commander. Topin is the division commander of this 4th division. Ray has an aide-de-camp. The aide-de-camp has moved down there just to make sure these artillery units can keep moving. There are, just as in BAR and basically any black powder system, you want to make sure you keep all of your command levels within radius of each other. Division commanders and brigade commanders must be within 3 hexes of their units. I believe they need, if I remember correctly, they need to be within 6 hexes of their corps commanders, and the corps commanders need to be within 10 hexes of the army commanders. Obviously, in this game, We just have a French wing commander on the board and a French and British division commander. So as long as Cole keeps all the units of his division within 3 hexes of each other, he'll be doing fine. So that is basically it, wrapping up the first turn. I will keep you all posted on this. I am playing with the Marie-Louise rules. They are I say simplified version of the La Bataille. Let's just say they're the best tune for beginners. They do weigh in themselves at 24 pages of double column text with smallish print. But that's much better than the rules that came with the game, which I believe are sort of a version of what's called the 5th edition rules. It's about 36 pages of rules, and not counting the scenario information and examples of play and so forth. And then, of course, to really go to the deep end, you've got the Regs 30, which measure, I believe, into the 40-something, 4 dozen pages or so. So that gets you well into BAR territory in terms of complexity. But I'm going to try to keep it simpler at this point to get to know this system. Having fun so far, just marching these guys around, trying to get them into place. And we'll see if we start shooting some stuff later and get into the assault rules. Those are probably the most intricate part of this system. I have not read the cavalry rules yet because I just have this one French unit here. Not much point in reading those rules yet. Once I get them moving that unit and really think I'm going to start making contact with the enemy, then I'll read those. So I will keep you all posted. Get some games on your tables and have fun, and I'll see you later. Vive l'Empereur!